Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Yurok and welcome back to some Farming Simulator 22. And just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, and go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me how things are going. All right, so we did a lot of off-camera work. We got all our straw picked up. We got all our grass picked up. We fertilized, limed, got the fields ready for planting. So here we are planting. We are going to be planting soybeans here. So let's go ahead and get our planter switched over to soybeans. And then we'll be planting barley up there ahead. Um, so had a pretty eventful day. I ended up selling a good bit of straw just because I already had I have 150,000 straw in the had 150,000 straw in the production building, and I have around 200,000 in the silo. Ended up selling about I don't know, 60-ish thousand worth of straw. There was a lot of straw in these fields. I think it was about 50,000, but anyway, uh, we ended up getting us another piece of equipment, a tractor. We'll show you that here in a little bit. But what I'm gonna do is get over here, and but we are still in April. Um, but we ended up getting us another medium tractor, 287 horsepower. I believe it's Dutz Far. We'll jump into it here in just a second. Alright, so we'll get, I like doing both edges of my field before I set the worker loose. That way I don't have to worry about him crossing over into another field. So let's go ahead and do that. So here's our new tractor. It is a Dutz Far 280, and we're just going. I've got it hooked up to our trailer. We already put water in our buildings. Um, like I said, we got a lot of straw. I'll show you here in a second. Um, let's go ahead and look at our production here. All right, so and you can see here in the all-in-one production, we have 175,000 straw. We have our grass silage. We have 53,000 hay. That's 49,000. It's already been producing some hay. And you see we've got about 87,000 worth of water in both our buildings, and also in this building. I went ahead, not that one, this one. I went ahead and filled it up with water as well. Um, so we're not going to turn the auto load on yet, but you can see our all-in-one production is already making us some products, as well as our other buildings. So we'll have a decent amount of pallets to sell in the morning. And we are in the process of trying to save money to buy that harvester that we're leasing right now. We'll watch our guy as he turns here, and then I'll take back over the planning. But so we did get us a second tractor. I really didn't need to spend that 113,000, but we did. So let's turn him off. Lower this back down. Turn it back on. So we're going to do our planting here. That's all we're going to be doing for the rest of this month. We just got to plant this soybean field and replant our barley field. But like I said, I did get these fields limed and fertilized off camera. And the next time we lime or fertilize, we're going to have to purchase the lime and fertilizer, because I still had lime and fertilizer. I still had lime left over in the what you call it, Um, the lime and fertilizer spreader, I only had to purchase about 2,000 worth of lime to finish, and then that I used up all the lime. I wasn't gonna pour. I think I had like 200 lime left. I wasn't gonna pour that much in the silo. And then fertilizer, I think there's some fertilizer left over. I did buy a load of fertilizer. I ended up selling a little bit of little bit more products just to get us back up. I want to try to keep about 20, 30,000 in the bank. So I sold a few products that had spawned during the morning while I was doing all this other stuff. But as you can see, more pallets spawned at 9 o'clock. Um, but yeah, we sold a good bit of straw. I don't know how much it was, but we had enough money, barely, but we had enough money to buy all of our to buy our new tractor. Now we will not buy any more equipment, but having a second tractor just makes my time. Uh, I decided to buy that because having a second tractor makes my time off camera a lot faster because I can put workers on, you know, plowing or fertilizing or lime spreading or whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and hire a worker to finish this. Um, so, like I said, we will not be buying any more equipment, but we will in July, regardless. We're gonna buy that next plot of land, um, so we can go ahead and get that grass field extended. Because I may end up having to sell some silage um, to be able to purchase. I would like to try to purchase our um, harvester by August. I don't know if we'll be able to, but I'd like to because I don't want to keep leasing. Now, when I do harvest this wheat field, which I think will be ready in the morning. Let me pull up the map. If we go into growth, it looks like this one's going to be ready tomorrow. Now these might be ready the next month, but we're going to wait a month before we release the harvester because that will be the last thing we harvest with at least, unless the barley and the wheat field come up again. We're going to see in the morning when we go to harvest that. If it's dark green, we'll probably keep the harvester and then return it after that because then it'll be 4 more months. So maybe instead of August, it'll be September when we're trying to get the harvester. But if I have to lease it again, I'll only lease it for when we need to harvest. I'm not going to keep it like I did this time because I knew I was going to be needing to harvest these, all the fields at least once. So that's why I kept the harvester, so I didn't have to just keep releasing it. But we'll keep the harvester if our oats and sorghum are going to be ready the next month. But if they're not going to be ready in what is that? That's April, so May we'll be doing the wheat. If they're not ready in June, um, we'll return the harvester. But if they're going to be ready in June, we'll go ahead and keep it for one more season, and then we're going to return it because then it'll be 4 months before I need to harvest anything. Now, like I said, I want to purchase that other piece of property there so we can extend our grass field and plant a canola field. Now, we don't really need canola, but I'd like to get the canola oil going because canola oil sells really well. That will help us get, more money for the future. I'd really love to get more productions in, but they're the only other production I might be able to get in, but I don't think I'm going to spend the money. We'll go ahead and look at it here. And now there's 3 tractors on sale, and I could have got this little cheap 115 horsepower or this big 375 horsepower, but I really don't like the way these tractors are with that spin thing in the back. I don't care for those. And the other two things weren't worth looking at. So I just decided to go with that Dutz Far because that one will help us for a long time. Now, we will not be purchasing another tractor for sure until we get harvesters and potato planter, because I do want to get a potato planter. I do want to get a potato slash sugar beet harvester, just so we can have plenty of potatoes and sugar. Now, I do want to, if we go into productions here, eventually I want to get we'll get that guy started on the next one here pretty soon. I do want to get this donut factory here because we'll have all that, but we have to get chickens first. So, and then I want to get eventually, just kind of showing you my plans. Then, like I said, plans are subject to change. I do want to get one of these mini BGAs so I can sell my straw there instead of having to take it up to the store, because we're going to be getting a lot more straw. So we may end up buying the mini BGA first, which are these right here. They're 55,000, and I believe it's this one. Yeah, this is the one I usually buy. But I also want to eventually plan on getting a couple of other ones. Now there's this mod that we could, fruit and vegetable processing plant. Now it takes a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different greenhouses we have here that we could get, like this particular large greenhouse for peppers, onions, cucumbers. It also produces tomatoes and strawberries and lettuce, but we probably won't cut that on, and we'll get the large one if we get one. And then there's the watermelon one. I don't know that we'll get that one. And then there's this one here that does onions, cucumbers, and I'm not sure what that is, and peppers. We will be getting a maple syrup. Now this fruits production mod, I don't know if I'm going to bring that one in. It's really slow, and you have to have a lot of those greenhouses, which is, I really don't want to get this greenhouse. I'm going to look to see if I can find another thing that does olives by itself, but we may just end up purchasing olives. But there's a potato processing plant that I like. Just got to find it here. And the reason why I want to eventually get potatoes going, just to show you that factory. There's two different ones, but one of them I don't care for. I'm trying to find it here. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one that I like to get. It has all the products, so we'll be doing that other greenhouse. It makes a lot of stuff. And then there's another potato one that just takes potatoes, and I believe that's canola oil and water, and it makes french fries and something else. But I like the other one better because it does more. Which we will have to have extra greenhouses for, but when we get those greenhouses, it will be just for the products for that building. We're not going to turn on the strawberries, the tomatoes, and the lettuce for that one because we already have enough of that coming in. It just would be kind of redundant. Alright, so let's get up here and plant our barley field, and then we'll move on to the next day. So let's switch this over to barley and get over here and get this one planted, and we'll do this one ourselves. Alright, so let's lower down, get up next to the field, we'll turn it on. Let's go ahead and get our barley planted. Now we will have to refill this with seed probably after we do the wheat field. We'll go ahead and refill it with seed. But we got really lucky on the sales. I wish I could have shown you this planter. I thought I was recording when I got it, and apparently I had paused everything on my recording software, and it just didn't record. That was a really good deal, and I had to scramble around and sell some things out of the greenhouses to get the planter, but to get it for basically half price, I couldn't let it go. I don't like selling stuff out of greenhouses because I want to use that stuff for productions, but when it comes down to being smart, the planter we wanted came up for sale, which can happen. And things that you lease can come up for sale. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. Now, that tractor we hadn't leased, but it's a good medium tractor. I would have liked to get a bigger tractor, like that 375 or something bigger than that. But the one bigger tractor that came up for sale is not one that I like to use. So I didn't get that. But the Dutz-Fahr will help last us a long time. I think it had about 16 hours on it. And in the world of tractors, that's not really that much. So hopefully we will be able to run with the two tractors. But like I said, it really helped me get my stuff done in between episodes, so I didn't have to spend multiple hours getting ready for these fields. I only spent about 2 hours getting the rest of the straw and the grass and all that picked up. But like I said, that one BGA, the mini BGA, I think it only holds like 75,000 of anything. But when we do get pigs and cows, that's where we're going to be selling our manure. I may try a manure spreader later for fertilizer, but I've never used one, so I don't really know how they work, but that may be the reason why we do it. But it really just depends on where we're at in the series and how much money we have when we get the animals. But I'm trying to do some things I haven't done in this series, but also now I've done olives, I've done grapes. I don't enjoy it. They just don't yield what they should for how much it costs, in my opinion. Now, that's my opinion, but it really just takes a long time to make what I would call a profit off of grapes. And that's the reason why I haven't done grapes again. When Farming Sim 22 first came out, I did grapes and olives, and I'll show you what I mean. Before we go to the next month, I'll show you how much it costs to do grapes. Just to get started with grapes, and olives is the same thing. Now, there are a couple of pieces of equipment you can use for both of them, but you have to buy a grape harvester and an olive harvester, which is several $100,000. And then you also have to buy a tractor, a small tractor that can do the olives and the grapes, for pruning and things. But we'll look at that when we get done planting this field. And like I said, next month we will be harvesting wheat. We'll do that in the end of this video. And I'll do the same thing like I did this time. I will pick up the straw and repurpose the fields and stuff off camera. Get them fertilized and limed. Now we won't have to lime these fields again for 3 harvests, and we'll show, for those of you who don't play this game or haven't seen certain things in the game, I'll show you how you tell what needs to be limed. Because the only one that will need to be limed after this day is going to be the wheat field. So we will, yeah, we may, depending on how much time we have. I don't think we're going to have time to do everything before the next season. So, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to do off-camera work before we bring back the next video. Let's get that lowered back down. Kind of head this way just a hair so we make sure we get all of it. Alright, yeah, there we go. Now, I know I'm not doing this the most efficient way, but I don't like missing spots. I think I missed a spot in the other field, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to go backtrack and try to get that little sliver. But let's just go ahead and put this guy on a worker here so he can do that, so we can kind of look at what I was telling you. So, alright, we go in here to the map, and we go to soil composition. And you see the grass field and I was wrong, the grass field needs lime too, but I'm not going to lime it until because all this here, once I buy this property, is going to be grass, and then this up here will be canola. So you can see this one needs lime. These are fertilized all the way. The dark blue, it would be light blue if they're not. But the lime, it shows you what fields need to be limed. So whenever we need to lime a field, we'll have an indicator. And the reason why I'm not liming this now is because I plan on getting this in July. When we harvest this grass again, we can go ahead and plant all this back in grass, and then we'll lime and fertilize it and do what we need to do there. But to show you, if if we were going to do olives and grapes, just to get started, first of all, you go into the menu, and you're going to go to construction. And so you go into production, and you go to orchards. Alright, now, here's the grapes and olives. Now, here's an olive pickler mod. What is this? It's an olive grove. Olive groves are planted in rows. Okay, so this is olive grove. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not doing that. And these are other orchards that we can do for that fruit thing. But you see, it costs $105 for one grapevine. And how you would do it is you put this down and you drag it out. You see, that's $2,000 just for that little bitty short thing. So a lot of money just to plant them. And then we go back into the purchase menu, and we go up here to here, and we go into grape technology, olive technology. Okay, so grape, this right here, $240,000 ish, 215 for the different harvesters. If we go back, same for the olive, 300,000 for that. So that's 500 grand, 550 grand for both harvesters. And then you also, if you come here to packages, it tells you what you need. So for grapes, you're also going to need a pruner, a sprayer, a special trailer, and then a mulcher, which is either one of, well, this is a mulcher and this is a subsoiler that you need to do that. And then we'll go back and look into olives, and same pieces of equipment, except you use a different kind of trailer. So, and of course, you can use just about any trailer for olives. But you see 28,000, 4,500, 5,000 plus the grape trailer. I think is another 16,000. So right at 700,000. Right at $700,000 to $800,000 just to get started with olives, and that's not counted, and grapes, and that's not counted planting, which you saw just one little bitty row was $2,250, and you need a bunch of them to get, and when I say a bunch, you need probably get this last little piece because we don't want him going over into our wheat field and replanting that. So let's get turned here. I should have left a little more room in between these fields. That's why I usually do both edges of the field before I set a worker, but now I was doing that to kind of show where we show the other, and that's why I don't do olives and grapes with the production. Now I may look for an olive production mod that's not the grape and olive production, but I may end up getting that greenhouse and just say that I can only put like 25,000 of this or 25,000 of that, because it makes millions of grapes and olives, and also the other things that are in that mod. It just overproduces everything. So if I get those greenhouses, which I have the open air for grapes, I really would just rather have something that's just olives. All right, let's go ahead and pick this up. Turn it off, fold it up. Alright. So now we're done with this month. There's nothing left to do. We have our fields planted. Like I said, I know for a fact in the morning our wheat is going to be done, so we'll be harvesting the wheat, and then we'll look at the oats and the sorghum and see if they're going to be ready in June. And if they are going to be ready in June, we will go ahead and keep the harvester. But if they're not going to be ready in June, I'm going to return it and just lease it one more time, just so I don't incur extra charges for it sitting there for a month not doing anything. Let's go ahead and drop that off. Let's get that out and we'll go to sleep, and then we'll start harvesting wheat, which will, in turn, I'm hoping that we really get a lot of money off the bread. I don't remember what it sells for. We can look at that real quick. Now, we're only going to be selling stuff at our sell point. Like I said, we don't store anything but grains and things like that. We don't store any other production. And right now, the only kind of grain we're going to be storing is going to be the sorghum for chickens. All right, so yeah, we paid another $4,000 for the harvester, and I just don't want to keep paying that. But let's go ahead in here real quick. Let's look at what things sell for. So right now, bread, it sells for a good bit of money. So farmers market, production, the shop, which is what we have, that's where we'll be selling. But so 2,000 per liter, and if we go into the fluctuation, right now we're kind of in the low part of the year. It's going down, but you see in December you can make about 3,700 for each pallet of bread, or each 1,000 liters of bread. So, all right, let's go ahead and get in our harvester. Double check. Go back to growth. Yeah, that one's ready for harvest. These will be ready, so we will be keeping the harvester for one more month. And we'll have to do the same thing, repurpose and replant those fields. But after we harvest the oats and sorghum, we will be returning the harvester, because we're going to go over at least one more hour, so that we're going to get charged another 10 grand for using this harvester to harvest these 3 fields. So I don't think we're going to be able to get all the stuff picked up, but we'll get as much as we can done today. As you see, the oats and the sorghum are both going to be ready next month. So we will keep the harvester for one more month, then we're going to return it, because then it's going to be at least 4 months before we need anything again. Let's go ahead and get ready. We'll turn our harvester on. And we'll get him going here on our wheat. He's going to go ahead and start dropping our straw. Let's get that rolling. Alright, and then we're going to go here. We're going to hit R. Start picking up pallets here. So it looks like grape and maybe sunflower oil is the only thing it produced so far, which is fine because I mean it's just a couple of productions. But we should start getting bread, and I think what I'm gonna do is go in here to production, and in this production here, I had bread on distributing, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it to spawning for now because I don't have anywhere for it to go. So that will help get us the money. It just makes sense to go ahead and sell it now. Now, sugar and flour, we're not going to be distributing anymore. We're going to be spawning anymore because there are a few things. So 32,000 for the first load there. Like I said, now we will buy in July. We will buy the that piece of property there to lengthen our grass fields, because we're probably going to have to sell silage to be able to purchase the harvester. So what I'll probably do is pull some silage out of our production. I mean, we're already making TMR, and we could sell the TMR. I don't know what it sells for. All right, let's go ahead and go into our production here and make sure we've got bread cut on this one. We don't, so we need to activate that because it does have, sugar and flour. It's full of sugar already, and it's got a little bit of flour, but we're going to go ahead and activate that. Make sure bread is on spawning, because the bread is going to make us a decent amount of money. And pretty soon, we're going to go ahead and activate that too, because we're going to be putting wheat in there today. And also in the other one, we've got it activated already. So we will be able to start doing some things with sugar here soon. Where is it? Yeah, strawberry ice cream. The only thing we need for this is milk. And we can purchase milk. So we may do a little, purchase like maybe a load of milk. We got a lot of products here. Let's sell all that. And, we're basically already where we need to be to buy the land. We need another 10 grand. So we'll definitely make that before July when we're going to purchase that land. But we're going to, like I said, we'll buy that land and get it done. Now, I may, since we're not going to have anything else due in July, all right, let's go ahead and unhook from that. We're going to use our new tractor to start picking up straw. And then we're going to go ahead and get that other tractor hooked up to our trailer. We'll get it pulled over so we can have somewhere to unload the wheat. Alright, let's get that. Let's tab over to this tractor, pick up the trailer. We'll go ahead and get it parked in the field over there, where when it's time to empty our wheat, we'll have the trailer. And we'll do like we did last time. We'll dump the first load into our farmer's production mod there to make flour, and then we'll pull the rest of it into the all-in-one to make flour as well. Now, like I said, what we may do is purchase some milk so we can start using some of that sugar to make the strawberry ice cream. As long as I have the money to purchase a product, I don't have any qualms with doing that. I'm not going to just have things for no reason. Alright, let's get in our other tractor here. We'll start picking up straw, and we may be able to get all this done today. We'll get as much done as we can. We've got about another 30 minutes or so left in the video, so we will get some of the straw picked up Let's go ahead and lower the pickup. All we gotta do is cut it on when we get there. So we may get some of it picked up, and we may not. Now it looks like he might have missed a little bit of. Or is that already? We'll just go up here and look. Looks like he missed a little bit of wheat on our harvest. We'll have to get that at the end. Now, I probably won't worry about picking up that little bit of straw from that wheat, because we'll just see where we're at. Alright, let's go ahead and cut this on. Start picking up straw, and we'll have to keep an eye on our harvester there. We don't need this straw, so because I've already got enough in both buildings, so we're going to drive over to the farmer's market and sell it. I'm not going to put the BGA down just yet, because the only thing we'll be able to put in there is straw, and it's not going to make a ton of money. It will, turn it into energy, and we'll get a little bit of money every hour for that. And then, of course, when we sleep, we'll get quite a bit. But I think we'll wait a little bit. We're just going to drive this over to the animal dealer here and sell the straw. Like I said, I could probably, he's 80% full, so we'll have to unload him before we deliver this first load of straw over. We're going to get around $2,000 for straw. I did take quite a few loads of straw over there. I'd put most of the straw in our I put 150 something thousand in the production building, which is going to be more straw than we can use for the silage and hay that we're going to be getting, because we only had about 50,000 of each. So alright, so let's go ahead and we'll just leave him here. Let's get our tractor. Our harvester is basically full. We're gonna try to get him unloaded so he can keep working. We'll dump our first load of wheat. Now, we won't get as much wheat as we did barley, even though the field's bigger. I don't think we're gonna get. We might get a little over two loads of barley or wheat out of this. We're going to go ahead and get this first one, and we'll just basically go with him to the end of the row here. Alright, kind of cart along. Now, I know you're not supposed to drive through the crop, but I do have crop destruction off just because it makes things easier for me to not have to drive around these big fields. You're supposed to have row crop tires to be able to do this, but we're making it semi-realistic, not 100% realistic. And so what we'll do is we'll go to the end of this row, we'll get whatever wheat he has unloaded here, and then we'll take that to our production building, and then we'll go sell some straw. Looks like we've got most of what he had there. We'll get to the end of the row. Alright, let him finish dumping off. Alright, so now we can get on to our production building. We'll drop this. So about 19,000 worth of wheat there, which is a little bit more than a full load. So we did get, a little bit of extra there. But we're going to drop this off in our farm production building. We'll bring the tractor back over here, get back in the other tractor, and start carting straw. Like I said, I'm trying to progress as fast as I can. Now, I know I don't need the TMR right now, but I want to go ahead and get it made because it takes a lot of TMR to feed cows. And I'm not going to be having just one cow barn. I will be purchasing at least 3, probably 4. But we may go ahead and, since we have the sugar, all we need is milk, we may purchase like 2 trailer loads of milk and put it in this production just to try to get a little bit of extra money. But now I do have a rule for myself. Now, if I don't have cows, obviously I can't get milk, but I can purchase it to use it for production. Now I'm not gonna use the milk to make cheese and butter right now because that is not gonna be stuff we're selling. I'm gonna use the milk strictly to make the ice cream because I want to start using up some of that sugar, and that's the only production we're gonna have to be able to use sugar right now because we don't have eggs and we don't have anything else that goes with. So let's get back over to our other tractor. Let's go ahead and take a load of this over and deliver it. So we'll probably make about 10 to 12,000 off of straw. I'm guessing off of these fields selling it. But let's just real quick go back into our production menu. Now there are a lot of different productions that use sugar like cake, but this one needs milk and eggs and butter along with the sugar and strawberries and the flour. So I'm not going to purchase three things to make a production. Chocolate, we could put some milk in here and start making chocolate, but I don't really have anything to do with chocolate. Now here we are, I'm going to have to buy bees to get honey, and then we can start making cereal because we do have some oats in our other production building. And I think the only other thing that really uses sugar is the cake, and we just don't have the other products for that. So, but for here, we're going to go ahead and we'll activate the ice cream. Let's make sure it's on spawning before, yeah. And we'll go ahead and buy a couple of loads of milk and get that production going just to make some extra money. Now, we're not going to make a ton of profit off of that ice cream because we're having to purchase the milk, but it will be a little bit of profit. Because we've already got the sugar coming in from our greenhouses. We already have sugar beets going. We have that building's full of sugar, and instead of spawning the sugar out and selling the sugar, I'd rather go ahead and start converting it into ice cream. So like I said, we'll probably buy a couple of loads of milk after the harvest is done. We will let's try to go through here without hitting a tree. I'm good at hitting trees. There's a pole there. Can we miss it? We missed it. Alright. So over here, now there is a train yard here, and you get more for every, you get a lot more for selling it to the train yard. I don't like using it. We're not going to use it. Plus it's way over there in the corner of the map. It would take us half a day to get over there anyway. We're not going to be selling stuff to the train yard. We're just going to be selling it at our own sell point and here at this area. But we're going to go ahead and sell our straw here. Just pull up a little bit. Okay. So I think we were just under 73,000. We'll probably be about 75 and a half, or just a little bit less than that. Okay, so yeah, 1,900 for each load of straw. If we get 5 loads of straw, that's 10K that we'll make. I think we'll probably get about 6 or 7 loads. Guessing, not being accurate here, but guessing we're going to get about 6 or 7 loads of straw off this field. So that will put us at being able to purchase that piece of property. We won't buy it until July because we won't be able to do anything with it. Now, what I will do in July, and the reason why I said when we get to July, you may not see that, it's just going to be cutting grass. I'm going to cut all that meadow grass and pick it up and put it in our silage and hay. Probably we'll put about 100,000 in the hay dryer, and then the rest of it's going to go into silage, so we can start selling a little bit of silage to start getting closer to purchasing our harvester, so we don't have to lease it anymore. But we still may have to lease it 1 or 2 times. Again, we'll just have to see where we're at when we get there. So let's go ahead and lower our pickup here. Get ready to pick up this owl here. And need to lower our pickup. I thought I already did that, but anyway. So yeah, we'll make a little bit of extra money off straw here because we don't really need it right now. Now, like I said, I will probably once I get that mini BGA in, we'll just load the. I think it'll hold like 75,000. We'll load the 75,000 worth of straw in that, and then we'll start putting more in our production building and storing more in our silo. Now, I do have a good bit in our silo for when we do get cows. We're going to need straw to for their bedding, so that's why I'm saving some straw. Luckily, straw doesn't go bad in the silo, so when we do get our cows, we'll have a little bit of straw. Alright, so he's almost full again. I don't know if he's probably not gonna finish, so we will have to unload him again, but all the rest of this wheat will go into our all-in-one production to make wheat flour there, so we're just making plenty of flour. Like I said, the donut factory we may try to get in just because it will give us extra production. The donuts sell for a lot of money, but it just depends on how much money we have after we purchase that other piece of land. If we have another, 60, 70,000 coming in from products, then we probably will go ahead and buy that production. Because like I said, we do need eggs, but we can get a couple of chicken houses. The only thing we'll be using eggs for will be the donut factory. So but it will funnel eggs to all the production buildings. But hopefully it will put enough in the donuts to start making donuts. But like I said, we may wait to put that production in until we can get a couple of chicken houses down. Now, I don't really have anywhere to put the chicken houses, so before we can do that, we will have to purchase another piece of land, because the land we have right now is spoken for, and the land we're purchasing next is spoken for. So I will have to purchase. I'll probably purchase number 29, which has a lot of trees on it, which eventually we can use. Start cutting those down and increase our land size, because we're 29, 28, 27, I think are the three that we'll look at the map here in a little bit. They have a lot of trees, but they will be where we put all that area is going to be where we put our animals. And I plan on getting all the animals, except for horses. I'm not going to do horses. They are a good way to make money, but it's long term. You have to get a couple of horses where they can have babies, and you have to train them up all the way, which just is more time than I don't have. That would just require me to, if we got 2 horses, I'd have to ride both of them every day. Plus, we're going to have to feed them, which, we could feed them oats, which we do have planted, but then that would take away from our productions, and the horses just aren't going to make us enough money in the quick term. They would make us good money in the long term, because raising horses, is a good way to make money. And I ran into that tree. I don't know what I hit the tree with. I guess my fender. Alright, we can get through here. Alright, now our grain trailer, or our harvester is full. We will go ahead and finish the harvest once we get back over here. So it looks like we might get most of this straw picked up on camera, but we won't get the repurposing done. But let's go ahead and get this one set back up to pick up more straw, and then we'll get in our other tractor, bring it over, unload the harvester. Like I said, we will switch over to the harvester first and cut him off. We'll finish the harvest. What's left? Alright, let's go ahead and get this tractor over. And then we'll switch over to the harvester and turn off our worker. And we'll finish this harvest, because we do have that little bit of wheat over there to harvest as well that he missed, which was my fault because I didn't set him off wide enough because the field's not completely square. Alright, so let's jump into a harvester. We're going to turn him off, and we'll finish this harvest ourselves. So let's go ahead and turn the harvester back on. We're going to let it unload here. Alright, and it is empty. We're going to go ahead and bring our boom back in for now. And we'll harvest the rest of this wheat and get our stuff put over. So we are really close to hitting that second hour on this harvester, which means another 10 grand is going to come out of our bank account. It will happen. It does look like I said, it looks like our oats and sorghum will be ready next episode, so we'll be harvesting that. Try to spread out that straw so it doesn't make that big dump at the end. Let's go ahead and get flipped around. Now we're going to go ahead and do the outside edge and then come back down, and then we'll go get that little bitty piece of wheat that he missed. We'll get all this all of this harvested, and probably will be the end of the video when we dump our grain into that trailer and go dump it into the production building. So hopefully next month we'll have a good bit more bread being made. We'll have, you know, a little bit more sunflower oil and other products to sell. You know, hopefully get us up well over that $100,000 range. By the time we sell all this straw, I'm thinking we'll be around 80 something thousand. Like I said, we won't get it all picked up on the video today, but I won't sleep till the next month until we have, you know, until we come back, and that way you can kind of see where we're at in money once we have sold all this straw. Just get backed up here. We'll get the rest of this and then go get that little piece. Like I said, I'll try to pick up all the straw off camera. Go ahead and get this field replanted. Since we showed planting the first part of this, I'll go ahead and do this field. Just go ahead and get it, you know, get all the straw picked up, get it, you know, limed, get it fertilized, planted, and next episode will be basically doing the same thing. We'll be harvesting oats and sorghum and picking up straw, and you know, we'll do whatever we can in our video time. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here all day and just pick up straw. I always want to have something else to do. Same with grass. I guarantee you when it's time to go to July, so at the end of June, you probably won't see, let me pick this up real quick so we can go over and get the little bit that was missed over here. You probably won't see me cutting the grass because I'm going to cut that whole field before I make the grass field, because it's extra grass that we can get, and we're going to need that silage so to sell. So what I'll do is I will let it funnel some silage into our production building, and then I will put it back on storing so I can sell at least, I'm going to want to sell at least a couple of loads of, probably 3 or 4 loads of silage I'm going to want to sell. So I will let the silage make until it's equal to whatever we put in the grass dryer. So I'll probably put like 2 loads in the grass dryer. Alright, so we can cut this off now. Let's go ahead and go dump this into our trailer. and I'll cut all that off camera because it's going to take a while. I don't want a whole episode be about cutting grass, because I'm going to have to cut the grass, I'm going to have to pick up all the grass, and then I'm going to have to bring the field in, lime it, fertilize it, plant the grass in that field, and also we're going to be planting a canola field as well. So I will probably do all that, at least getting the fields ready. We may, if we're not going to have anything coming up in August, I may, do some recording on July, just showing us planting the grass field and planting the grass and planting the canola field. Really just depends on if there's going to be things ready in August. And it's May. I think August is when we're going to have to harvest these 2 fields. So likely I will probably just plant those fields and get all that done off camera, and then show you before we sleep what we did in July. And then we'll probably, like I said, we'll probably have to lease this harvester again, unless it comes up for sale, and we have enough money to buy it, which we probably won't. I'm not going to loan any money to do that. I've been really, really, really fortunate to not have to buy full price on our tractor and our planter there. So, alright, let's go ahead and get this dropped off. And to end the video, we'll get in our little water trailer. We'll dump, I think I filled it up with water, so we'll dump that in one of the greenhouses, just since I've already filled up the trailer. And then we'll come back and try to purchase some milk out of our multi-grain or multi-fruit buying station over there. We'll try to purchase a couple loads of milk, put them in the production to get that strawberry ice cream going, and hopefully, by the time August gets here, the harvester will be on sale in a month that we have the money to buy it, and it may not go in the sale at all. Like I said, it's a 50-50 chance. So this is where our dump part is for our all-in-one building. We'll go ahead and dump in this here, and that will start making more flour. We're not going to sell flour. There's too many productions that use it that we'll be getting eventually. Alright, we'll go ahead and drop this off over here, and we'll hook up to our water trailer and dump that water into one of the greenhouses, because I think they hold quite a bit of water. Not gonna, like I said, I do a little bit each day. I'll put water in the greenhouses and top off our production building there with water. But with this trailer, it takes a long time. Just going back and forth to the water thing here, filling it up, and putting all that stuff in. But this trailer, does hold just about any liquid in the game. Now I may go ahead, we'll just dump this water in this one. I may go ahead and put down the maple syrup production, if it'll fit on our property here, just so we can start getting that. And I may try to buy at least a couple of beehives. Really, like I said, it just depends on how much money we have from selling products the next 2 months, and if the harvester comes up. If the harvester doesn't come up for sale, we'll probably buy the alright, let's get right here, start filling, and we're gonna put milk in here. So it's gonna cost us a little bit of money, about $7,000 per load here to get the milk and put it in our production. But the strawberry ice cream, since we have so many strawberries and so much sugar, we need to go ahead and start using some of that. So we'll purchase a couple of loads of milk, and I won't purchase any more until it's empty of milk. And like I said, I won't purchase but 2 loads of milk at a time. Mainly, I'm doing this to try to use up some of the strawberries and sugar that we already have. I'm not going to keep just purchasing milk and filling it up to make that money, but I do want to use up some of the sugar and strawberries just so we can start making. So, we spent, about 14,000, a little bit less than 14, like 13,600 on milk, but that should make us a little bit of extra profit by making some strawberry ice cream. We're going to look at that here in just a second to show how much it sells for. Alright, and see, we couldn't even put the whole load in. So what I'm going to do is, because it only holds 10,000 milk. So I'm just going to dump the rest of it here. We're not going to turn a production on for this building that uses milk, but we're going to, since we purchased that milk, we're going to go ahead and put it in here. So in the future, I'll probably just buy 1 load of milk at a time to put in our building. So off camera, like I said, I'm going to do all the, we'll go ahead and refill that while we're sitting here. Alright, so let's go back in here. So strawberry ice cream, we're going to scroll down until we find that and see what it sells for. I have no idea where it is on this thing, so I'm having to go kind of slow, and I've probably already passed it and didn't realize it, but we're going to keep looking. You see I have a lot of mods. There's a lot of products in here. But we will be... Alright, so strawberry ice cream. It sells for, at worst, $1,600, best $1,700, so not a lot of fluctuation there. So around, we'll just say around $1,700 is what our average sell price for that per pallet. And if we look in our production building here, to make the strawberry ice cream, it takes 3 milk and 1 water. So to make 4 ice cream, or 3 milk and 1 strawberry to make 4 ice cream. So we have, 10,000 milk in here. We have 10,000 strawberries in here already because our greenhouses have been dumping it in here. So we're going to get about, who knows how many liters that is. So we'll just say 3 times 1,000. We put, so that's 3,000. So basically, we'll get about three pallets of strawberry ice cream off of that one. Off of the 10,000 milk. I have a little bit left over, but we'll just purchase 1 load of milk. Whenever it's empty, whenever the milk runs out, we'll purchase 1. We'll go ahead and get back over here, and while we're doing that, I'll pick up a little bit more straw. Alright, but like I said, that's our plans. I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is Yurok. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. We will get all this done off camera, and then next month, when we, but like I said, before we switch over to next month, I'll go ahead and show you where we're sitting on money, because we are going to end up having to pay more for that harvester. We will be spending about another $15,000 on the harvester to get it to get our oats and sorghum harvested, and then, like I said, I will harvest those fields, and then, off camera again, like I'm doing with this one, we'll repurpose the field, get it fertilized, limed, planted, whatever it needs, which it'll just need fertilized and planted probably, since it's already been limed. And like I said, you have to relime like every 3 harvests. So once we lime the field, like we've already limed those 2 fields, so we'll be able to harvest them 2 more times, I think, after this first one, before we have to lime it again. So liming isn't very expensive. It does cost a decent amount of money to get the lime spreader filled. But like I said, I hope y'all have enjoyed it. And for all of you who have been watching these videos and subscribing and liking, I do appreciate you. You rock. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye bye now.